Hi everyone, Miss Christina here, and today I'm going to teach you a fun little trick that's going to teach you about refraction. This is a great project for all ages because it's really simple. It doesn't require a lot of materials and there's absolutely nothing sticky, nothing that can dye anything, nothing that needs to be heated up. It's safe, it's clean, and it's a lot of fun. So for this project you're going to need a clear vessel of water. I'm using a water glass, just using something clear. It's something without too many ripples or ridges in it. I've got a little bit of a dimple in the bottom of my glass here, but the top half works just fine. You could also use a clear glass vase or an empty and clean spaghetti jar, anything clear. You can experiment with a couple things because they're going to have different effects. So everything's worthwhile to at least try. You're also going to need some paper, any paper will do, and something to write with. I'm going to use a nice thick black marker so that you can see what I'm doing on screen, but when you're at home and it's right in front of you, a pencil, a crayon, anything will work. All right, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to draw something, and then we're going to look at see what it looks like through our glass of water. So I'm going to show you first, and then we'll explain what's happening. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm just going to draw two arrows pointing the same direction. One on top and one on bottom. Can't get easier than that. Anyone can draw an arrow. All right, so as you can see, I've got two arrows pointing the same way. Yeah, get the distance right. I'm going to put one behind the glass. See what happened there? The bottom arrow is now pointing the other way. See? They're both pointing the same direction until it goes behind the water glass. Let me show another example of that I already wrote up. That's a little hard to understand what it's saying, right? Now, I actually did not plan this pun. I wrote it first, but now you can read this. You are both welcome, and I'm sorry for that pun. So, can't read it? Now you can read it. What we're seeing here is a concept called refraction, or the bending of light. When light passes through a transparent object, in this case it's actually three transparent objects. It's the front of the glass, the water, and the back of the glass. And you do need the water in there for this to work. Well, you can try this with an empty glass and you'll see you need the water. When it's full of water, it creates a lens. A lens kind of like in a pair of eyeglasses or in a telescope. And in this particular type of lens, it inverts the image. An invert is to make it the opposite or backwards. It's like read, don't read. The inverted image can appear larger, it can appear smaller, or the same size depending on where you position the paper and the glass, and also how far away you're sitting. You can try this at home. Walk farther away from your glass, walk closer, move your drawing farther away. See how it gets smaller or closer? Let me show you another fun thing you can do with this. You can kind of make a bit of a animation. Here I've got a little bee and a flower. He's going the wrong way. So we're going to help him out with our new little trick. We're going to tuck the bee behind the glass of water. And now he's pointing the right way. Now he can find that flower. Wrong way, right way. Have fun coming up with different things that you can draw or you can print out or cut out of a magazine. Maybe a dog trying to find his ball, or two friends who are facing the wrong way and then turn around and go, oh, there you are. Have fun coming up with stuff. And don't worry if your bee and your flower don't look like this, especially the first time. This is about the fifth or sixth bee and flower I drew before I got one that I liked. Never believe what you see on screen. Everything takes more work. All right. So I found a slightly bigger glass, and I'm going to do that to show you the next thing is that the diameter of the glass makes a difference too. So it's just a little bigger. Wow. So what do you think this is going to do? What do you think this is going to do different? Let's look at our arrow. I'm going to have to actually pull back a little for this, because if I hold it really close up, you can't, it's more of a funhouse mirror right now, and actually this is how funhouse mirrors work. They're just mirrors, they're convex or concave, Depends which way they bend, and they bend your image through refraction. So it still works, and I can look funny in it if I want to. But you can also hold up bigger things behind it. So I wrote another thing out. That's really hard to read. So let's fix it. There we go. Science is fun. So there's one more thing I can show you with this big vessel that I couldn't show you with a small glass. This only works if there's some distance between your drawing and your lens. It's called focal point. If I bring this right up to the glass, if I hold it right up against it, what do you think is going to happen? Let's see. It's backwards again. Let's do that with the arrow. It's easier to see. So it's pointing that way. The opposite of what I drew. But as I bring it closer, it gets all warped. And then it turns back around. So you can try that too. See how far away you have to get before it actually inverts the image. So try out different, let's move this out of the way. Let's try out different glasses. Try different distances. Experiment and have a little fun. And I'll see you next time. We'll have another different craft or science project. I miss you all as always. See you soon.